And looks like we are live, and of course we have this lovely setup time for the communities team, so I'm excited to see where this sentry gun is going. Michael and I, you pretty much main engineer, so he could probably get on this with me. Let's see, what's going on?
Right, well, I'm looking for it right now. I saw it as, I think it was on the catwalk back here. Is that, yep, there it is. On the catwalk, the pyro did kill himself there on the camera. And he is setting up a dispenser right there. So this is an interesting spot. It's kind of where the cart must pass through. It's basically going to, their hope here, I guess, is to force an Uber. And, you know, it's really more about slowing them down. Looks like they did opt, is the Wrangler banned, does anybody know?
That's actually a really good question. I'm sure somebody in the stream chat can eventually tell us whether it is or not.
I mean, speaking of stream chat, they also alerted us that Mezzer is running the quick fix.
Oh my.
Wait.
Yes.
Whoa, that's a rocket jumper. Hold on there.
Oh,
Blaze
boy.
has got a rocket jumper on.
What?
Yeah, this is just madness. Where is he going with this thing?
I don't know. This is ridiculous. I don't even know if Bro's taking this seriously right now. This rocket jumper, of course, doesn't do any damage. He's getting behind. He's actually forcing Uber out of the defenders using the rocket jumper. Blaze! Wicked, ridiculous stuff out of him.
Yeah,
Wow.
right now that Uber, yeah, that's all you can say to that is, wow, it looks like that Uber is just kind of squandered.
Oh man, did anyone see that flying medic? Mezzer taking his demo dummy across the entire map, popping that quick fix.
Yeah, and Mezzer gets out.
He's getting,
Whoa, okay, he finally does get to get put down. But yeah, that quick fix strategy, that was crazy nuts.
It was, and it looks like they did take down the medic. They've also knocked out that sniper earlier, so you do see Blaze now on the sniper. He's going to be trying to do a lot of damage. If he doesn't get a whole bunch of headshots in a row, though, it's actually not going to be a very useful thing. But there you go, takes down Tank Man on the demo. So I think that Bro is actually going to get a decent little time here on this first point. They need to start pushing that cart, though, and this is the problem. They can get a bunch of kills, but you see the red team respawning almost as fast as they get the kills, and that means Red can just keep sending players at this cart, stopping the capture time, and this is stopwatch mode. Whoever gets the most points captured the fastest is the team that wins, and so this is why it favors Highlander so heavily. This stopwatch mode means that, you know, you got to have players pushing that cart, and with Bro, I mean, they're going to be so focused on just getting enough kills to even touch the cart that it's tough. It's very tough to get it pushed.
And as you say that, it looks like Bro has kind of put the players onto the cart, and I must say this is actually one of the most innovative strategies I've seen out of a Sixes team in one of these Comms V Pros. They always tend to feature a payload map or two, and usually they kind of just run the 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, 1 demo, but a lot of off-classing going here, and that rocket jumper soldier, I mean, there's not much else you can say about that other than they ran a freaking rocket jumper.
That they did. Now, is the sentry still up in this? Yes, it is, and this is going to be tough for Bro to deal with. They did not lose anybody to the sentry, but they do see it in there now, and they're going to have to start using the map's terrain to get around that sentry and deal the damage to it. They don't have an Uber to deal with this yet, and right now, 2 players going down. That's YZ50 getting eaten. In fact, both of them, the scouts, getting eaten alive by that sentry. So this is a pretty good sentry position. It's going to delay these guys for quite a long time.
The key here for this sentry position is to have the Pyro with you, and it looks like Dino was around here actually, but he's an excellent Pyro, so of course that M2 is going to be key in pushing people away, and then you also have this cliff that you can push people over to the right. So it's really gonna, I think Dino should not be abandoning his engineer here, but of course that's coming from an engineer.
Well, in comes the Uber, and that is going to probably take down this sentry because they don't look like they're having any problems, yeah.
That's not an Uber, sir, that's a Kritzkrieg.
Oh my.
And still effective.
Well, they didn't even have to pop it yet. Just now they're popping it, but they're actually wasting the Kritzkrieg shots on... What are they doing?
Right now they're camping the teleporter exit, and silly pro players, Kritzkriegs do not affect buildings.
Well, guys, we do see the cart getting pushed fairly quickly here towards the second point. Pyro, Dino coming in and dealing some damage, and it looks like a couple of players here. No, just one. YZ50 getting taken out for the pro team. The community is doing their best to defend this, and what they really want to do is make sure this sentry gets up. The sentry is the key to slowing down their opponents, but right now that sentry is taken out, and so the engineers are going to have to back off a little bit. Blaze causing some problems, and O-Plate shutting down the flank here, so they're just adapting to this expertly right now on the pro team. Still pushing that cart as well. It's getting closer and closer to the second point. And if they cross over that line, that's going to move their opponent's spawns way back, and that they do. So they've captured the second point now in a time that's kind of comparable, actually, to a standard Highlander match.
Yeah,
they're not...
Oh, go ahead, Kip.
They're not doing too bad right now. They are, however, stacking the cart with 4 people, and of course it only needs ×3 to move at its fastest. Maybe we should tell them that too.
I'm sure they're going to find that eventually. Kev does get a nice snipe, though.
Sal's one step ahead of me, as always, folks.
Oh, and another one, a headshot on Blaze. So his team needs to use this time effectively, and they are. They're setting up the sentry. It's already at level 2, but they only bought themselves a tiny bit of time actually getting those kills. The Uber charge is going to reset for Mezzer, which is good. That's going to give the Uber advantage to the defenders here, the community's team. But they continue to lose a couple players here and there, and it is right now it's actually 6v6 if you look at the players who have died. So just now getting Dino respawning. They've got to play together. They've got to set up a staunch defense here on this 3rd point. And oh, Blaze with a nice headshot on the red medic. So that's going to give them a nice big advantage. Already at 75% here for Mezzer.
Sticky's coming in. That sentry gun is going to go down. Yeah, B-Ferret goes down, and that sentry is on fire and not going to help protect the team. Meanwhile, seriously, bro, needs to push the cart.
Yeah, not only that, Mezor still on the crit streak, has not opted to get off of that Uber charge yet, or back onto the Uber charge, I should say. So, yeah, that's going to be lots and lots of fun. And he pops it on Boomer again, who starts just throwing out crit direct hit rockets. And I wonder if that was a force there, because, yeah, it looks like he might not necessarily wanted to do that.
Yeah, Oplate came in from nowhere to force that, and of course the crits did not do too much there, and Red is really falling back right now.
Well, that's probably the wise thing to do. They don't have enough players and enough Uber at the moment to stop this capture. They probably want to try and stop the cart from getting up this hill all the way if they can push out effectively, but look at how forward just these 2 players are playing. That's going to be Dummy and I think Blaze doing a... No, actually, Mezzer. No, I'm sorry, not Mezzer. Boomer doing a bunch of damage here, taking down the Pyro. Kev has gotten headshot by Blaze. And I mean, you know, Kev's a good sniper, but he's going up against Blaze. Blaze is an amazing sniper himself. So, so far, Team Bro getting a pretty decent time. 6 minutes set up here. It's all about this last point right now, and they're getting so many kills. Look, there's only 3, now 5 players left alive for the red team. They've forced the Uber already. This is not looking good for the communities.
Yeah, on top of that, the sentry gun went down, so that with that being reset there, it looks like actually I gotta say the pros might have played this map before because they knew exactly where that sentry gun was, where to expect it, and they did a good job of taking it out. So that's kind of might have been rehearsed. Looks like the spy comes in though. Does shut some players down.
Yeah, it's just that it's still 4 players left alive for Bro, and 4 Bro players, that's pretty painful. Now, a nice double chain stab there by Fixer. He's gotten 2 kills, and that's the issue, is that just 1 or 2 stabs there can really shut down Bro completely because of how few players they have. That's the one disadvantage of playing on a 6-man team, you know? So we do see that Bro is going to be stalled out for just a minute, and that means the sentry is going to get up to level 2, and it looks like Boomer actually got taken out by Dino once again. On the YZ50 cam for the moment, but Kev got another kill on Dummy, and every single kill is golden right now for the communities. They need to reset their defense and take a breather here for a second. Just a little bit of breathing time would be great for them. They're probably going to lose Stovich here, but no, he does manage to get 2 kills. The scout's down, so Stovich with some nice camera time there and just going to eat his little sandwich.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I really like the positioning out of the heavy because he's in a spot where it's really, really hard for Bro to kill him without them really committing to that, and they just don't know what's around that corner. Being down as many players as they are, they weren't able to push in on that, so good play out of the heavy there, as it is more about the positioning and knowing where your opponents are going to be and outthinking them. So, yeah, good play there.
Just watching the kill feed, looks like Mezzer did get an Uber Saw kill, and that's going to mean Mezzer gets a little bit closer to Uber. Every hit he gets with the Uber Saw means he gets another 25% built up. Right now, Tankman's been taken out, but the sentry of B-Ferret does get Boomer knocked out. Rage does get forced to pop the Uber here on the heavy once again. They're going to try and push out and deal some damage to Dummy and the retreating Mezzer, but I think they will get away. Meanwhile, Blaze jumping in after that sentry. He's knocked out, and so 100% Uber now for Mezzer. I think he's going to be running... No, still the crits. They're going in. Can they take anybody out with this? Dummy's got some pretty decent aim. He does take down Kev right away. Not really able to hit anybody else so far with the crit stickies, and they're still having trouble with this sentry.
Yeah, it's gone down a couple times, but they've been able to get it right back up again, and it looks like Mezzer goes down to a flare there, so Pyro's doing their jobs.
Yes, sir, and of course, flare shot Pyros always do their jobs.
So this is going to be a nice hold. I'm actually very impressed with the hold the communities has been able to pull off so far. Of course, when you have that level 3 on your Tudor lean and the last point on upward, it's pretty easy to defend at times. I really think those fixer stabs were key in there to buy the engineer that time to build up the level 3.
Yeah, also it looks like Blaze off-classing again, opting for heavy this time, so it looks like the pros have said if you're going to run heavy, well, we can play that game too. And there he goes, already getting a kill on the soldier, and just started to kind of start the slow push. Sentry down again for the communities team.
Yeah, and now Blaze taking the crits, so it looks like the idea for him to get out of his shell a little bit and break this turtle hold by our red team, yes, I did the pun finally, is working pretty well so far. They've gotten a couple kills, and the sentry is down. They've lost O-Plate, but they still have 5 players left to get this card in here. They've just got to deal with another sentry, as it just keeps getting built. The engineer can go back to spawn, grab that metal so fast, and reset another one down. Still, Bro doing a good job of not losing anybody so far. Finally, Mezzo does go down, but there's still a lot of players on the card. They could get this pushed in very quickly, as there's no red players in position right now to stop them. Finally, some damage coming in, but it's probably going to be too late here as the cart dips over the ramp and explodes. That is a nice little time there, about 10 minutes for Team Seriously Bro. So we'll see whether the communities can beat that. They have to get the cart all the way to the end in under 9 minutes and 54 seconds once those gates open.
Begins in 60 seconds.
Does anyone know if we're going to 1 round or 2 or best of 3?
Yeah, they're doing these on as all as 1 rounds, just because it is possible theoretically for each of these to be an hour long. So in the interest of not having potentially a 6-hour long match, we're gonna go ahead and do 1 round only. So it is gonna just be can the community team beat the pros time?
And
definitely.
I expect them to be able to. Kip, what do you think?
I think definitely able. 9:54 it's a decent score, or a decent time, but communities, hopefully, as we talked about before, are familiar with this, played it a lot of times, and will probably be able to keep that cart rolling. That was something that Seriously Bro kind of failed on. There are times when the cart was just not being pushed at all, and of course then it starts rolling back. I think communities will be able to really hone in on that and continue that. Keeping that cart being pushed is key.
It is, and as Duder is saying in stream chat right now, we are going to see gravel pit match no matter what. The gates do open, and I did notice the engineer using that short circuit. We might talk about that in a little bit, but right now a good shot by Kev immediately takes down Dummy, so no demo man right now to stop the players from getting out. Scout trying to play over here, and interesting hold by our red team back behind this house. They're not going to be able to really stop the cart from getting pushed, but they will protect them for quite a while as the crits gets up. What a huge air shot from Boomer! You're kidding me!
Crit air shot, that was amazing.
Yeah, almost unnecessary in the amount of damage it put out, but it sure was cool to look at.
Fireworks, literally fireworks.
And right there, Boomer does go down. And I gotta say, I'm also interested. The pros did not change their classes at all from their last push. They kept their Blaze on the heavy. They have no sniper, no engineer, no crazy off classes. So they're just kind of running it more or less default with a little heavy instead of a little soldier.
Looks like YC50's now on sniper though, so that could change things a lot.
Yeah, no engineer, but Dummy gets taken out. They're getting a couple of good kills here, but look at the health on O-Plate in particular. He's going to have to retreat. He's going to be out of the fight for a little while till he finds a kit. Dino now coming in, trying to stop this heavy medic play, but he gets taken out. I do like the heavy out of our defending team. Blaze on heavy is it's a good choice right now.
Yeah, they certainly managed to find a way to make it work for him as the crit scree goes off on Blaze, and he starts mowing players down, does force the Uber, gets out pretty quick, sees a spy on his way and says, "No, sir." And he's out of there with the GRUs out.
Yeah, of course, the GRU not allowed in 6s, but it is allowed in 9s. I think they decided to allow that for our wonderful communities players. Turns out the 6s players can use it too. And so Tankman going to start trying to lay down some damage, but our communities team is having trouble getting this first point. They really cannot defeat the defense of Bro right now, and that spells doom for them because already they are down to 8 minutes left and they haven't capped that first one yet. The cart's actually rolling backwards.
Definitely not what you want to see on this first round. This one, especially without an engineer to get by, I'm really actually surprised that the communities hasn't been able to push forward. Oh, here comes the crits again. Big Sticky's going down, forces the Uber from Rach, and again, this is why they're not making any progress, is they've had to force the Ubers have been forced the last 2 times and just haven't been able to get the body kills.
Yeah, big crit streak there off a Dummy, and does force the blue team to kind of push forward a little bit off of that Uber charge. So right now, as momentum is kind of caught in the air, looks like it is going to come back down in favor of the Bro side as they do deflect the push one more time, and this cart is completely stalled out.
Yeah, it really is. The blue team just has not, you're absolutely right, Kip, they have not gotten enough kills off of these pushes. Finally, they do take down Boomer once again with a nice reflect shot, actually, from Dino. Beautiful play there, and Dino, I apologize for ignoring you every time I've seen you. It's nothing personal. And there you go, Engineer and Scout doing the cart push thing, which is what they got to do. YZ50 with a nice little snipe there, but he does get taken out finally by that soldier. And so the community's team has pushed the cart just a little bit further. They're trying to build another Uber up, but they need that medic not to even walk out here at this point. She is in some trouble right now, just by the fact that she's outside of spawn. They really need to build the Uber up all the way. Here comes the crits right now. They need Raish to be in spawn. There you go. Nice stab by Fixer to take that down. Even though he died, he did his job. There's no medic alive anymore for Bro, and this is where the communities, they've got to put it on right now. They need it to cap this point and keep the cart rolling for the rest of the map. If they don't, they lose.
Yeah, and they've definitely taken that momentum right now, as it looks like most of the Bros have gone down, except for YZ50, who is staying in the back and sniping. Does pick the, was that the sniper right off the cart? Yep. And he's getting pushed back very hard, but he manages to make an escape there, so pro play out of our pro players.
Yeah, and here's the question. Can communities actually take enough ground here, especially on the high ground, to push this cart and continue pushing it outside of the tunnel? Like, getting it through the tunnel is easy. Getting it out of the tunnel, not easy at all. Blaze is going to jump down here. They're going to probably force an Uber, I would think. No, nobody down here to even pop the Uber. So 3, now 4 players going to die to Blaze. Blaze, 12 health left. He finally gets taken out by the heavy. Uber is popped, I think, for the community's team. They are pushing out here at the moment onto this second point, trying to deal the damage. Mezzer gets taken out, and so they are dealing that damage. They are going to get this cart pushed to the second point, I think, pretty quickly. They need to take the enemy's spawn right now, but they're having some trouble. Dummy up on this high ground above B is doing some damage. He's not going to be able to do enough, though, and Dummy now caught out. He does finally get taken out. Tankman going to be happy about that one, getting his counterpart on the pros team.
And
still
right
some
now,
good damage coming in.
Yeah, right now the Bros, they got some spawns there, and that's really important for holding this next point. That's going to make an immense difference with their ability to push forward here, having these 2 scouts on the field. So right now it looks like the cart has stopped again. The blue team does have a very close spawn, but red team is out here in full force. Mezzer only at 40 hit points, though, is forced to back out.
Alright, Kip, so now we do see the standard thing. Once again, blue team pushing that cart forward. There's 5 minutes left. Can the community's team still do this?
Absolutely. They've got some great momentum going right here. If they continue it, that will definitely help them win this round. What's key right now is taking down the medic and getting those Uber advantages.
Which right now they don't have. Mezzer is very close to Uber himself. The spy's coming in, but he can't get the stab. Tankman's taken down as well. Blaze actually at very low health, but he's going to get the heals on here, and so I think he's going to be okay. That spy actually bought enough time for Rach to get the Uber to 100%. So, oh, there you go. Crits, I think, popped out of the red team right now. Oh, and the crit stickies once again forcing a drop out of the blue team. Not good.
I think that may just stall the push. Well, it's definitely stalling the push right now, but it may lose the round for communities right there. That drop to Uber is huge because that would have allowed them to push up and take the corner. Not able to do that now, and look how far, seriously, Bro is pushing up.
Another big headshot by Blaze on the medic, so any push they might have been able to remount off the community side is gone, stopped in its tracks right there with no medic.
Yeah, and I gotta say, even Highlander teams, I have not seen be this aggressive on defense. Bro, as soon as they got that first crits taken down, they were moving almost up to their opponent's spawn. Now they've lost a bunch of players. 3.5 minutes is enough time to get this cart there, just barely. But Bro is starting to respawn now. They're getting other players back up, and more nice headshots from Blaze. I think we're probably just gonna have to stay on his camera for the rest of the game because he is wrecking everyone right now.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not much else you can say about that. Then he got like a 4 or 5 kill there, and takes the sniper out again. So just one after another, these communities players are falling to this sniper rifle of Blaze.
And Blaze in a little bit of trouble actually, and I think he's gonna get pushed off the edge there. But Dino does die, and no, Blaze still alive, so he managed to stay on one of those little one of those ledges anyway. He is gonna be perfectly fine. Bro still pushed up really far. You see how far up they are pushed. This is some of this is standard Highlander positioning, but oh, gotta fix that camera there. Kev does get a nice shot off on Blaze, gonna force him back to retreat a little bit, but time is starting to run out now. As the community's team, they need to get the picks. They need to get the kills right now.
Yeah, without the kills, they're not really going to be able to move this cart any farther forward than it is. And you're absolutely right about how far forward the Bros have decided to hold. And right now, it looks like Dummy and Boomer have gone off, and that is the community team's cue to push as they do go ahead and move out now. Forces the Uber onto a sniper, so Blaze can just sit there and hits crits body shots. Crits Kev in the chest, and Kev is down. But
Med in trouble. The scouts are on the Med right now, and they do take her down once again. It's a lot of good pressure coming out of the Bro team right now. So 2 minutes left. There is enough time for the cards to get pushed in there, and there is no engineer actually. Look at this. The Bro team losing a lot of players here.
No medic either.
Yeah, they don't. Do they not even? Oh no, their med just died. Okay, so very possible the communities could win this just on force of numbers right now. They don't even need the Uber because there's no sentry. There's not going to be a lot of defense like that. If they could just spawn camp a little bit here and prevent their opponents from walking through those doors, they could actually get this. A minute 30 left. It's getting close, but I was kind of writing off the communities team here. Here comes a big push by our red team though. Very good defense. They're getting Girardi'd. Good stabs coming in from Fixer. So there's only one player for Bro down right now. A minute 30 is time enough for one more push out of communities.
Blade goes down.
One more push, Kip. Is it going to happen or not?
The push is going to happen.
Are they going to win?
Especially look at the scout on the point right now. I'm trying to get some time just to prevent that cart from rolling back. That's going to be something, at least.
Oh, and Blaze just got taken out, and a YZ50 as well. There's some good kills coming in once again. Blue team losing a couple. Oh, this crit's going to be so devastating. They've killed so many players right now.
But he's not looking at the cart. Look at that. Oh, snap! The soldier gets on it. And he's down. Oh, he was gonna get it, but I don't know.
Well, it was a good distraction. There's still 45 seconds left, and notice they didn't send in the medic on the communities team. Great thinking there. The medic is gonna have Uber very soon. Soon enough, I think, for them to push in, but they need to get the cart pushed. They need to get the kills, and they need to stop losing players. You can't lose players at this point of the game. Just slow it up a little bit. Get the Uber ready to go, and then push in. They are almost ready right now. They got to push forward with this Uber immediately. 20 seconds left. It is gonna get down to the wire, and we're gonna see the Bro team start trying to stand on that cart, I think. Good Uber so far. They're not getting a lot of damage out of it, but the cart's very close right now to getting captured. Crits coming out of Mezzer, but that's not going to be enough to defend this. The scout standing on top of the cart. Is he going to be able to stop it for long enough? No, I don't think so. The Heavy trying to stop. Is he going to get this? I think they are. It's just 2 players left holding it down. 5 seconds, and Bro is actually going to win by the skin of their teeth here.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's another
that
wow
was
moment there.
Incredibly close. So, what a great round of Upward.
It was a great last push by the communities team there, but just unlucky in some of the one-on-one battles, and there's Girardi down there, and all sorts of stuff going on, just not able to finish off the players and cap it.
And I gotta say, that scoreboard tells a very interesting story with Blaze outscoring the medic there, Mezzer having 5 dominations, almost over half of the communities team being dominated, and yeah, it looks like there's the lowest scoring member of the pro team was the highest scoring member of the community team. So,
well, you know what? It's sort of be expected, I guess, because there's not as many kills to go around for the Highlander team. But nonetheless, a very well played map. We are going on to a third one. Stay tuned, guys. Of course, it is a best of 3, so if you want to consider one team to have already won, you can, I suppose. Bro has taken the series, but we're going to watch how they play on Gravel Pit. It is going to be fun, and I promise you, Mezzer is going to use the quick